Welcome back to the days where we dive into the latest twists and turns from Salem's most dramatic residents. Today, we're unpacking the thrilling spoilers for the next 2 weeks, highlighting Sophia's cunning schemes against Holly and Johnny, alongside Rafe's determined quest for the truth about little Tesoro's paternity. In the bustling world of Salem, tensions are rising as Leo Stark, portrayed by the ever-charismatic Greg Ricart, steps up to encourage his close friend Javi Hernandez, played by Al Calderon, to push forward with an adoption process that's fraught with uncertainty. Despite Javi's lingering anxieties about potential rejection due to his past struggles and the rigorous background checks involved, Leo's persuasive nature shines through, reminding him of the joys of building a family. This heartfelt nudge could stem from Leo's own experiences with unconventional relationships, perhaps drawing on memories of his time navigating Salem's complex social circles, where he's often been the voice of bold decisions. As they discuss the paperwork over coffee at a local cafe, Leo might even share anecdotes from his colorful history, emphasizing how perseverance led to unexpected happiness, all while Javi weighs the emotional risks of opening his heart to a child in need. Meanwhile, Chanel Dupree Demera, brought to life by Raven Bowens, finds herself in a tender moment with her husband Johnny, as she gently advocates for expanding their family through adoption. With little Tesoro capturing their attention, perhaps through his innocent smiles and the way he lights up their home during visits, Chanel envisions a future where they provide him with stability amid Salem's chaos. Their conversation could unfold in the cozy confines of their Demera mansion living room, surrounded by family portraits that hint at the legacy they're eager to continue. Johnny, still adjusting to the idea of fatherhood after his own turbulent upbringing, listens intently as Chanel paints a vivid picture of holiday mornings and bedtime stories, her enthusiasm bolstered by her entrepreneurial spirit from running Sweet Bits Bakery, where she's seen how nurturing can transform lives. However, the plot thickens when Brady Black, embodied by Eric Martsolf, stumbles upon a puzzling piece of evidence that casts doubt on the timeline of Sophia's recent childbirth. This discovery might come during a routine review of hospital records or a chance encounter with a chatty nurse at Salem University Hospital, prompting Brady to replay conversations and timelines in his mind. His growing suspicion that Sophia could be the one who anonymously placed the baby in the safe haven box adds layers of intrigue, especially considering Brady's history of family betrayals and his protective instincts toward his own son, Tate. Imagining Sophia's secretive actions, perhaps motivated by fear of judgment in Salem's gossip-filled streets, Brady could confide in a trusted ally like his sister Belle, piecing together clues from discarded notes or overheard whispers that suggest a hidden agenda. As the investigation intensifies, Rafe Hernandez, played by Galen Gehring, takes charge by facilitating a crucial DNA test to determine if Tesoro is indeed Tate's biological son. Drawing on his law enforcement expertise, Rafe coordinates with lab technicians, ensuring the process is handled with utmost confidentiality amid the town's prying eyes. Yet, the ever-scheming Melinda Trask, portrayed by Tina Huang, lurks in the shadows, potentially plotting to manipulate the results to protect her own interests or alliances. One can picture Melinda slipping into the lab under the cover of night, her legal savvy allowing her to alter documents seamlessly, all to discredit Brady's instincts and maintain the facade of innocence around Sophia. This tampering could involve bribing a lab assistant or hacking into digital records, a move that aligns with Melinda's track record of bending rules for personal gain in Salem's cutthroat power plays. Adding to the speculation, emerging theories suggest that Tesoro might not be Tate's child at all, introducing inconsistencies that could ironically bolster Sophia's web of deceptions. If the DNA comparison between Tate and Tesoro reveals unexpected mismatches, perhaps due to distant familial ties or clerical errors, it might make Sophia's story appear more credible, throwing investigators off track. Fans are buzzing about possibilities like switched samples or long-lost relatives, reminiscent of past Salem scandals involving hidden paternities, such as those in the Demera family tree. This twist could force Rafe to double-check his methods, consulting with forensic experts and even revisiting the safe haven drop-off site for overlooked surveillance footage, all while the town speculates on social media about the baby's true origins. Shifting focus to budding relationships, Holly engages in an uplifting chat with Johnny, reassuring him of his potential as a father despite his self-doubts. In a quiet moment at the university campus cafe, Holly might share stories from her own challenging youth, highlighting Johnny's kindness and stability as qualities that would make him an ideal parent. This interaction, filled with genuine empathy, underscores Holly's growth from a rebellious teen to a supportive friend, even as it stirs unspoken tensions given her past crush on him. Johnny, now in his role as a professor, absorbs her words, perhaps reflecting on his dreams of directing films while balancing family aspirations, finding solace in her encouragement amid the pressures of demerit expectations. Unbeknownst to them, Sophia observes this intimate exchange, her jealousy ignited by seeing Holly connect with Johnny, who transitioned from her former infatuation to a figure of authority. This sighting could occur during a late-night study session in the dimly lit library, where Sophia hides behind bookshelves, her mind racing with vengeful ideas. Feeling sidelined in her own storyline, Sophia's resentment builds, drawing from her history of unrequited affections and the sting of rejection in Salem's romantic entanglements. This moment propels her toward creating chaos, setting the stage for a scandal that threatens to upend both Holly's reputation and Johnny's professional standing. The drama escalates as Sophia brews a storm that could tarnish Holly and Professor Demerit's images. With a flair for manipulation honed from years in Salem's underbelly, she might start by spreading subtle rumors through anonymous texts or whispers at campus parties, painting a picture of forbidden romance. This deception aims to convince everyone, from nosy classmates to vigilant family members, that Holly and Johnny are entangled in an illicit affair, exploiting their innocent interactions to fuel the fire. Sophia's plan could include fabricating digital evidence, like edited messages or staged encounters, all designed to isolate her targets and advance her hidden motives, perhaps tied to reclaiming attention or settling old scores. Looking ahead to the week of September 15th to 19th, spoilers indicate Sophia's initial maneuvers in this explosive arc, where she takes bold steps to solidify her ruse. Sneaking into Holly's dorm room under the guise of a friendly visit or perhaps using a borrowed key from an unsuspecting roommate, Sophia captures compromising photos, maybe of personal items or staged setups, that she twists to support her narrative. These images, snapped with a hidden camera app on her phone, become tools in her arsenal, shared strategically on social platforms or slipped into gossip chains. As the scandal unfolds, it could ripple through Salem, affecting relationships and careers, with Johnny facing scrutiny from university officials and Holly grappling with betrayal from someone she once considered an ally. In these upcoming episodes, the residents of Salem are in for a roller coaster of revelations and heartaches, as secrets unravel and alliances shift in unexpected ways. Stay tuned to Days of Our Lives for all the juicy developments. Part 2. We will be looking closely at what's coming during the week of September 8th to 12th. Get ready for triumph, betrayal, family strife, and unforgettable drama that will touch the lives of some of your favorite characters. Stephanie Johnson's triumph and new journey. The week begins on a celebratory note for Stephanie Johnson, played with warmth and charm by Abigail Klein. After months of hard work, late nights, and emotional ups and downs, Stephanie finally has a reason to smile. Her book has taken Salem by storm. What started as a dream has blossomed into a true success, giving Stephanie not only recognition but also a newfound sense of confidence. Alex Kyriakis, portrayed by Robert Scott Wilson, will be the first to acknowledge her achievement. Their complicated history has been filled with romantic sparks, misunderstandings, and plenty of second-guessing. Yet in this moment, Alex sets all of that aside to genuinely praise Stephanie. His pride in her work is clear, and he may even take the opportunity to ask about her next steps. Will there be a second book? Is she already sketching out new characters and storylines? This recognition from Alex carries more weight than Stephanie might admit. While she stands strong as an independent woman, Alex's support softens her heart. Their interactions in the coming days could reignite old feelings, or at least remind both of them of the bond they once shared. Could Stephanie's success become the bridge that brings her and Alex closer again? Time will tell, But one thing is certain. Her journey as a writer is only just beginning. Trouble brewing between Philip, Xander, and Gabby. While Stephanie basks in her well-earned victory, another storm is forming elsewhere in Salem. Gabby Hernandez, played by Sherry Jimenez, once again finds herself entangled in schemes that threaten to backfire in ways she never intended. Her actions, whether deliberate or accidental, will set in motion a chain of events that draws Philip Kyriakis, John Paul Lavoisier, and Xander Kyriakis, Paul Telfer, into an uneasy alliance. These two men, both carrying long histories of rivalry, betrayal, and mistrust, rarely see eye to eye. Yet when they discover that someone has planted a surveillance bug, suspicion forces them to work together. At first, their partnership may seem shaky, built more on necessity than trust. But as they dig deeper, Philip and Xander will find common ground in their determination to uncover the truth. Each of them has been burned before by hidden agendas, and neither man intends to let it happen again. Ironically, it is Gabby who may become the focus of their investigation. Whether or not she truly planted the bug, the shadows of doubt start to surround her, threatening her fragile standing in Salem. Gabby, of course, has little patience for obstacles, especially when it comes to advancing Tony DiMera's plan. Her frustration will bubble to the surface as she grows tired of waiting. Tony insists that his timing and strategy are flawless, urging her to trust his judgment. But Gabby has never been one to play second fiddle. Her restless energy could put Tony's plan, and perhaps her own safety, at serious risk. Kristen DiMera's fall and Rachel's heartache. While these intrigues unfold, another storyline strikes at the heart of family drama and emotional pain. Kristen DiMera, brilliantly portrayed by Stacey Hayduk, faces the consequences of her many deceptions and crimes. The judge's gavel comes down with finality, sentencing Kristen to 6 long years in prison. For Salem, this is a moment of justice served. For Kristen, it is another cruel twist in her ongoing saga of ambition and downfall. But the real victim here may be her daughter, Rachel Black, Alice Halsey. Days of Our Lives spoilers reveal that Rachel will be devastated by the sentencing. For a child, 6 years feels like an eternity, and the thought of being separated from her mother is almost unbearable. Rachel's sorrow soon turns into determination. Instead of accepting the court's decision quietly, she takes matters into her own hands. In a shocking move, Rachel makes her way to Statesville, where she confronts Kristen in a tense and emotional visit. This meeting will be charged with raw emotion as mother and daughter face the reality of their separation. Kristen may have schemed against countless enemies, but nothing will wound her more deeply than the sight of her child pleading for answers and comfort. The encounter promises to reveal a more vulnerable side of Kristen, one that even her fiercest enemies may not have seen. Will she cling to her old patterns of manipulation, or will she finally put her daughter's needs first? For Rachel, the conversation could change the course of her young life, shaping how she views both her mother and herself. A week of choices and consequences. The week of September 8th to 12th in Salem will be one of dramatic contrasts. Stephanie's hard-earned triumph reminds us of the joy that comes from perseverance and passion. Her story is a reminder that dreams can come true with determination and heart. At the same time, Gabby's impatience and scheming once again highlight the dangers of trying to control destiny. Her every move is watched closely by men who are as dangerous as they are determined. Finally, Kristen's downfall and Rachel's heartbreak show us the high price of a life built on lies. In the end, it is often the innocent who suffer most. For longtime viewers of Days of Our Lives, this week promises to deliver everything we've come to expect. Laughter, tears, shocking confrontations, and stories that remind us of the timeless struggle between love, family, and power.